hard to understand what really happened to our people, we'll understand why we are like we are, and we can look at our brothers and sisters, man, and just really just tell them, pray for them that they continue to rise. It's a blessing that us three was written from that state. But so many of us, bro, still are lost. Just imagine, though, before we became knowledgeable, the mind state that we had. So it's really like a blessing, bro. It's like a blessing, but I think we came a long way as a people, and we still got a long way to go. And what we're doing now is bringing that awareness. But like I said, when it comes to actually what happened with our ancestors, bro, it explains our environment. It tells you why our environment is like it is. It shows you everything about it. Until the more we bring that into the forefront, because people feel like we shouldn't be talking about our past. Well, that's all we need to be focusing on right now, because that's going to help us in our future. You cannot build a future with a bunch of dead-minded people. You have to resurrect them first. And a lot of our people are still, they dead. So we have to continue to do what we do on a day-to-day basis, bro, and just keep striving. But I still say we came a long way, bro, without the help of anyone but the Creator, bro.
Definitely right. I mean, that's solid. Mr. Whiting?
Yeah, I want to say, man, I second what Vincent said, and y'all said this in the past, you and Vincent as well. Y'all kind of touched on this same stuff as well, concerning, being righteous and the things that we have been through as a people and as a culture. I want to say, like, I heard the rapper Slim Thug, and I know a lot of times, some of the stuff I don't like what some of the rappers talk about, like a lot of negativity. But I understand that. It goes back to what Vincent said. We're a product of our environment. So we got to talk about that too. But it's a way, to come off with that too and not glorify. I mean, I'm not for that part. Right. But I want to say that, he got this thing, and a few more people have been talking about by the block. And he's actually been talking about, buy his block, buy his hood up. Instead of, a lot of times we just move out the hood. We used to do that because it's just bad and we're trying to get away from it. But now, some people have been saying this by the block and change the narrative, so to speak. But one thing I like what he said is even if you buy the block, you still got to change the behavior. It don't matter if you buy it, Right. Change the behavior. So buying the block itself is just not the solution. But that's a big thing, though. But I want to say that he was saying something in his interview. He was saying, like, if you see that little homie, you're talking about, you young and you see a little homie down the street, and you tell them, hey, man, don't be, doing that by the old lady house and saying stuff like, don't, it's going to take some of they kind of, they're the younger generation, who think like us, but they're just younger to lead them. Like it's a particular brother that I want to introduce you to.
Okay.
On my page, he be talking about some of the same stuff. He was a Prairie View student that we kind of talk about. He's a young brother, and I really love it, and I always like his stuff. So once we get, we gotta get one of their leaders, so to speak. Because they'll listen to them more so than us. So I think if we kind of start there, we get someone they kind of look up to, then, and we influencing them, and they influencing them, then we can be able to kind of make these changes, Because a lot of them look at us as older, well, and of course they start thinking like that and all this stuff. Like we have a loop, so to speak. But they'll listen to us if they little leader or listen to us, so to speak. Right. So that's what I think, that's what they influence.
If you're showing, if you're showing that you care, if you're showing that you give a damn, that's what resonate with the youth. At the end of the day, they want to see. They don't want to hear you fussing. They don't want to hear you hollering. They want to say, you know what? I care enough to fuss and holler at you. This is the reason why I'm doing this. This is the background. Right. This is the breakdown. This is the reason why you act the way you act and don't even know it. But I'm going to let you know if you sit down for a few minutes and listen. Don't fight the information. See, we think the battle is against each other. See, a lot of times people are fighting information. See, when you learn something differently, when you knew better, what did you have to do? You had to do better.
Yeah, do better. Right.
You couldn't exist in your ignorance any longer.
Right.
Because you knew better.
Yeah.
So people will fight information because guess what? I'm comfortable. Even though this stuff is uncomfortable, I'm comfortable. You feel me?
Right.
So they will fight this information, cognitive dissonance. We're going to fight the information because I don't want to change. So I will fight you and get mad at you. Hey, man, we need unity. We need love. We need compassion. We need progress. We don't need another meeting about another meeting that we're going to meet about and we're going to meet about. We need progress. We need results. Because we got real people dying out here.
Right. Yeah, real people die. People are dying, bro.
Every day. I talked to a cat from Chicago this morning, man, and his cat was telling me all them deaths in Chicago. He said, oh, that's 760-something, man. That ain't nothing. He said one year they had like over 1,400 deaths in a year.
You know, that's sickening, bro.
You know?
It's really sickening, bro. I mean, it's sad, bro.
Communities.
It's sad.
Kids.
These kids out here, bro, they're slaughtering each other like that, bro. But it goes back to what we were saying earlier, bro. That's that hatred produced, bro. When they see each other, they don't see each other. They don't really got a problem like that.
I see a problem. You know? I see an enemy.
I already got a problem, you know. I already got a problem. Right. So really the problem is with the self, really, and it's going back to what we were saying, the community of self. The problem is self. That's why we say even so-called black-on-black crime is what? Self-hatred. You see, so you can't get away from the self. Because once you get away from it, bro, the community of the self is because we broken, bro. And it's going back to what Vincent was saying about that 400 years of slavery.
Yes.
The chain's gone, but not the mental chain.
Because there was never
our spirit
any
is broken.
therapy.
Broken households, you know, right.
It was just, hey, you guys are free. You guys can go ahead on out there, and then we're going to put hurdles in front of you. Now, I'm not asking people to just rest on that, right? And just take that aspect of what's in the way and what you couldn't do. What I'm simply saying is that did happen. That was negative. That was atrocious. But at the same time, that brought people closer together back then because they didn't know when so-and-so was going to get killed. They didn't know when so-and-so was going to get shipped out. So family was more important than ever. Unity was more important than ever. Even in the midst of all that chaos, they still were singing. They were still dancing. They were still loving. They were still caring. And as to your point earlier, Vincent, it's amazing the amount of stuff that we went through and we still here. They cannot get rid of us. We are getting rid of us.
Right.
That's the problem.
That's part of that conditioning.
That's a part of the condition. That's part of the self-hate. But then somebody have to say something, though, to resonate with them. One by one, again, when you got it, when I got it, when Vincent got it, when everybody out here is getting it. It doesn't seem like a lot of people are, but there's more than what we realize that are getting it and understanding it. We just have to just continue to be vocal and continue to just beating that drum, man, because how can you be negative against speaking about something positive about love and community and uplifting one another? And as you say, seeing a brother, seeing a sister.
You go back to it, bro. You really look at it, man.
Yes, sir.
I've seen these changes occur. Like, if you really think about it, even as far as our music, you know, a lot of us, we don't even just respect the ones that came before us. Who laid the foundation. Like, I'm telling you, like, really in rap, R&B, everything, you always have the up and new coming, and they don't want to pay homage. But these people laid the foundation. But it used to be like that. But that's one being too cocky and arrogant. And somewhere along, and we mostly it's African American, bro. We do this. You don't see rock and roll people do this mostly. They pay homage, bro. And it goes for the music. It goes for the street. It used to be a time where even the little gang guys, they're not saying that's a positive thing, but they used to have to chill out because of their OGs. But some of them don't even respect the OGs anymore.
Yeah,
they like, well, I don't care nothing about no OGs. So somewhere this mentality has came where we don't respect nobody. We making our own way. Now, it used to be we trying to make our own way, but at the same time, we respect the ones who laid the foundation. So when it's like that, bro, again, it's going back to self. I don't even know when that started. I can't even tell you when that started. But that's how it is a lot of times. People don't even care. They say, I don't respect no OG. You know, I'm doing me. They don't respect. A lot of them don't respect you. So when you don't respect your musicians, you don't respect the people who laid the foundation, the civil rights. You hear people disrespecting our leaders, putting them in songs. So, I mean, I'm not shocked all this stuff, and we're not gonna, respect each other's neighborhood if we like this, But we gotta get back to that, like you said. But it starts with self. Who are you? That's a question we should ask. Who are you? Where do you come from? We need to start asking these questions to make us reflect. So that's kind of what I'm getting at.
And also with that, also too, man, I would like to say that we have to start focusing more on the brothers and sisters that's actually out here doing something and living positive, bro. Because that's what a lot need to be signed at, Because I mean, not saying that we do, but we all are aware of the wrong, the things that goes on in our communities, in our neighborhood, the bad things. We got to also put that light on the positive things, because I feel like if we start putting the light on the positive things a lot more, some of the negative things, bro, is like they there, but you don't acknowledge them. We don't acknowledge them because we putting our life and our time on the people that's actually doing something positive. And I think that's also a big thing out here in our society, man, with amongst our people. Like, we don't talk about the good enough. The even stuff. Like we're talking about the drug dealers, the rapists, the murderers. They don't exist. But it's also people out here that's doing something good, and there is no acknowledgement. Like kind of like we talk about it during the segments. I mean, how many likes do we get? And we actually dedicate our time trying to do something positive.
I had 7 unlikes and what the hell you doing last week?
Right. What you say?
I had 7 unlikes and 2 what the hell you doing?
But it's a beautiful thing, bro. We get one. I mean, that's progress, but sharing that light to these individuals out there, bro, that's really trying to do something, that's a huge thing. Because, they're not going to talk about what our people are doing good. They're not going to talk about it. Me and Brandon was talking earlier about even dealing with the recidivism rate, because that plays a part in the community.
Big time.
Like, you got brothers going in, getting out of prison. Some of the brothers not going back. Some of them not going back. Some of them actually got success stories, but how many of them do we hear?
We're not going to hear that.
When they tell you the ones that's going back, they'll give you their numbers, but how many of those not going back? Right? What do those numbers reflect? Right.
It just gave me an idea.
It's so much. It's so many different factors that we have to start. As a community, we got to start pointing out, bro. And it's a lot. There's a lot of work to be done. Like it just really is, bro.
It is a lot of work to be done, but there are plenty of people to do the work. There just has to be a willingness to want to do the work. But see, you guys just said something though. The reason why there's so much work to be done, ain't no love in this kind of work. Ain't no notoriety, ain't no popularity contest in this kind of work, because you just said all this positive stuff going on that nobody knows about, because that's not what's selling. That's not what's popping. That's not what people are interested in. So you can go on with your little positive stuff. And so because everybody want to be seen, everybody want to be in the forefront, everybody want to be a star, they're not going to subscribe to this.
Right.
Because ain't no love. Everybody love the play. Everybody love the performance, but nobody claps their hands for the people that put the lights up. Nobody clap their hands for the people that open the curtains and close the curtains. They're not getting the standing ovation. The people getting the standing ovation are the ones that's on that stage, the performers.
Right. Hey, man, ain't it crazy? It's something, bro, because we've seen these changes, like, with the 1990s. We've seen that music, how it was positive and, self-destruction and stuff. Man,
we headed for self-destruction. Today's topic, self-destruction.
The images, all this stuff was, it was Black History Month all throughout the year, because it was trending. We had some medallions. When you see this stuff, and some of it's coming back, and it's like Vincent said, to be fair, it's just a lot of these things are not shown. It's not balanced. So a lot of times it seems like it's just a bunch of bad stuff going on. But no, it's a lot of positive. But I want to make this point right quick, and I know Vincent, he'll feel me on this for sure. Man, when we hit prison, bro, it was wild in there. But one thing